there have been many concerns expressed to me. I work in prevention with Suzanne, and there's been concerns expressed to me related to the diversion of these, of Suboxone and things of that nature. And so I'm just curious. I mean, you already kind of touched on that, but I think that is something that people are resistant to as a result of that potential diversion. And so I'm curious, I guess, if you want to expand on that at all.
Sure. So one of the things that we do is a random pill counts. So we'll just call, and nowadays it's really fantastically easy because of all the virtual stuff. I can literally call somebody up and have them go like this with their strips, right? Or I can have them, quick send a picture, via text or something like that, or have them go to the pharmacy, do that. And so, pill counts are a really useful tool in that. And we do the pill counts literally at every appointment. So we like to think that we're on top of the diversion. We definitely have a lot of different aspects to our diversion control policies, but there's no perfect answer for that. All I can say is I've got 2 people in our program, actually 3, 4, half a dozen people in our program right now that were paying $20 to $40 a strip for Suboxone from a buddy of theirs for a year or more before they got in our program. And the thing is that those people were actually stable. Yes, they were getting Suboxone off the street. Yes, unfortunately, someone was diverting it to them, right? Mm-hmm. And clearly their doctor was not on top of their pill counts and things like that. But once they get into the program and they, one of the beautiful things that happens is their insurance starts paying for it. These tend to actually be, what's really fascinating is those patients actually tend to be the least likely to relapse in our program. Mm-hmm. Because they've already experienced they already know what it's like to be more or less stable on Suboxone. Now, typically when they're getting that on the street, because it's so expensive, they're typically taking less than they actually need to be stable. So the diversion, getting it off the street it's not an ideal situation for people. So some MAT programs will deny people access to their program if they call them up and say, I've been getting Suboxone on the street for the last year. I really want to be part of a program. A lot of places will actually say, I'm sorry, but unless you get a doctor to actually refer you, then okay, it looks like my client has been sleeping off cold today, so we got a little bit more time. So then that to me is like really offensive. That's just offensive. I'm in the business of helping people, right? I'm not in the business of putting up roadblocks for people. And if people are honest enough with me to say, hey, look, I've been getting Suboxone on the street for the last year, right? I'm like, well, come in our program. We're really going to accelerate your recovery. So diversion, another thing that we do in our program is we always have people on what we consider to be the minimum dose that they need. Our induction process is very thorough. So when people stop having clinical withdrawal in the setting of the induction, that's it. They're done. Like that's their dose. So if that stops at 1.5, they're just at 1.5, right? And so some other doctors, and and everybody's free to run their practices the way they want to, but some other practices, what they do is they just simply start you out at 3, which is the ceiling effect. There's no more effect past 3. I feel like what happens in that is you're setting people up for diversion. Someone realizes, well, we only need 1, and they can sell 2 a day, and they can pay their rent, right? So some diversion control policies are just simply logical, like keep someone on the minimal dose to keep them out of withdrawal and to manage their cravings and no more. That helps to tamp that diversion down because the person only has enough to work for them.